honestly, there's been a series of yeses that have got us here to this point, so let's just say yes again and see what happens. And it's just been a yes after a yes after a yes. It's been my experience anyway. You do kind of get those moments with God where, I don't want to say he rewards you, but you can sense that he's pleased. And I've gotten that more since with, say, families than any other time, really, I think, in probably my whole, Christian life. I think that's safe to say. Hi, I'm Barry Napier, and this is my wife,
Janelle Napier.
I'm gonna do that again. Hi, I'm Barry Napier.
And I'm Janelle Napier.
You're terrible.
Sorry. Okay.
She's always had a heart for adoption or foster care. Me not so much. But I remember just kind of feeling God kind of poking me like, no, you guys need to at least have the conversation. And so we did. I knew that this is what we were supposed to do, but me just trying to throw every excuse I could at it. It was, you know what, we'll do it, but we're gonna have to have a respite family and they're gonna have to live really close. And so God not only answered that, but he kind of rubbed my nose in it too, because our respite family was literally across the street and one house down.
So we went to home shares in the fall and we did all of the paperwork, and then we had our first hosting over Christmas.
Our first hosting was a 16-year-old and her 8-month-old daughter. And they came, we went and saw them and visited with them for like half an hour, and it was weird how natural it felt, like it just fit. And they were here for about 3 or 4 hours, and I remember texting some guys in like a small breakfast group that I have. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking. This is gonna ruin our Christmas. I don't know these people, and just that whole thing. And they prayed for me, and I just remember when they left, when the 16-year-old and her daughter left, and we talked about it. We're like, that was probably like the coolest Christmas ever. And I remember afterwards, like my mother, I think, putting on Facebook like, hey, this Christmas I got to see what Christmas is really about.
I think probably the coolest part was watching the ripple effect from it. Like our yes of stepping into that resulted in a lot of different people's yeses. So like watching our kids kind of open up about that when we presented it to them and said, hey, we're thinking about doing this. And they were an immediate yes. Just kind of seeing their heart behind that and wanting to make sure that both of these had Christmas gifts. Both of them had, enough stuff, giving up their space and their time. And my mom has been Granny Pam to like 5 extra kids at this point. So it's just really, it's really cool to watch and be a part of, but just how that yes just continues to keep going.
Our next hosting was a 1-month-old that was severely sick and addicted to 4 substances when he was born. And there were people at Safe Families that realized, hey, you know what? Mom and dad aren't gonna get themselves together as quickly as we had hoped. Would you guys be willing to keep him longer, or maybe even think about foster care? And right away I was like, nope, I'm not there yet. Because he had been born substance exposed, he was malnourished. It was a day-to-day thing of, is he gaining enough weight? Do we have to take him to the hospital? He could not keep food down. He had what one of the doctors referred to as one of the worst cases of acid reflux they'd ever seen. But you lay him down, he'll sleep for 30 minutes, and it was just projectile. And for about a month, I think, we were waking up 8-9 times at night. We were lucky if we got 4 hours of solid sleep, and it wore on us. Like we took it out on each other.
And I just remember laying there going, please go to sleep. Please go to sleep. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Please don't cry. Just praying for sleep, or praying for him to not throw up.
When we came out of that, it was one of those things where I could look back and like, I didn't do it. That's God. And I look back on that today, like when I'm in like valleys or just negative thoughts, I look back to that and like, it was pretty incredible.
It's something that we can look back on now and see God's hand through all of it, even though it was really challenging. But we're able to see now kind of the plan that he had, even though, we couldn't see what all he was working out. And so just being able to sit back and still see him thriving is, I feel like it grows my faith every time I lay eyes on that kid.
And one of the reasons that I decided to finally go ahead and do it is because he doesn't say, talk to your wife about taking care of orphans. He didn't say pray about taking care of orphans. He says take care of orphans. And it's really cool to kind of point people to that. But
Like he already said do it. You don't have to pray about it. He said do it. So do it.